What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess. This video is part 2 of the new Aqua System install. I will post in the cards, whatever side that is, and down below, the video of the unboxing, showing you what system I got, that kind of thing. So this is the installation video, part 2, where we're under the sink, installing the system. On the previous video had the faucet. You know, we drilled a hole. The previous video showed how we went from 2 holes to 3 and how we installed the faucet. So from the top. So the next part we're gonna go through is how we got to this point right here. How we actually have the setup, okay? And also the new Aqua System Platinum 5 filter series that I got, reverse osmosis system, came with this total dissolved solid meter. So we're gonna test my tap water, my filtered refrigerator water, and my new Aqua System reverse osmosis filters and see what the count is of whatever these dissolved solids are. So anyways, let's rewind back to yesterday when we installed the under the sink portion of the reverse osmosis system. And I'll be right back.
All right, so we are going to drill a 1/4-inch hole into the drains here. So we need to be under the net coming out of the garbage disposal.
And above the P-trap.
Done. So I'm going to take the drain saddle, I'm going to take a drill bit, I'm going to stick it through the little hole so I can line it up to this hole. And then I'm going to take the back of the saddle, it's got the nuts already shoved into the little spots, 2 screws, and we are going to tighten this up. And then just tighten up these screws for the saddle. It feels like it's pretty tight here. Stop there. Remove the drill bit. I'm going to remove the cold water line. We are going to take T to run water into the system. Install on here. First, we're going to we're going to fit this first. And this is the adapter for this T to make it the correct size for your water. So we need it this way. Depending on your valve, you may need it another way.
And then just tightening that nut up.
Yeah, maybe just tighten this nut.
Alright, next.
Then we took our cold water line back up to the faucet and
Tighten that nut down.
put it up top. Now, tighten her down.
And tighten it up.
And tighten it up. This is the shut-off valve, and we have some double-sided sticky tape here that we're going to apply to the bottom.
So you don't have to drill in the cabinet?
No, there's no screws required for this unit, it looks like. We're just going to take this and sticky to the bottom. And we're going to stick this down here in the lower part of the cabinet, close to where you might have leaks, or where if you have a warped cabinet, it'll pull.
Like
I'm just
ours?
stick that here. So this is what operates the valve. You put one of these discs in there, put that in here, and when it swells up, lifts up that little part here and shuts off the water supply to the water system.
Okay, talk to me, babe.
Alright, so we're going to install the cold water line that is leading into the reverse osmosis unit. It's going to come off the cold valve that we just installed. So that is going to wind up going into here.
Let me get the...
If you can see it, you got this T back here, you got the fitting. Push that into the fitting. Knock it in. There it is. And that clip goes in here. Secure that. And this needs to come down to this little shut off. So we need, I'm just fitting this directly on here. So I'm going to cut it here. And you can just use a bigger box knife to cut this. Although you do want it to be square. Okay. So that portion of the line is cut. And then you want to install one of the clips to retain the pipe into the fitting. Boom. Okay, now since I have to install my unit right over here in this area, that's also where my faucet is, so I'm going to get up underneath there and connect this water line to the faucet before I install the reverse osmosis system. So this screw goes on to this pipe here first, and then there's a little olive that goes on behind it, and this is going to give a compression fit into the faucet, and then you have this to stabilize your water pipe as this compresses around it. Push that up there a bit. Bring this back up. One tight. Go. And now I'm going to crawl up underneath the sink and tighten this down. You want me to grab the camera? Or?
Yeah, if you want.
So this is the bottom of the faucet, and we're going to insert our assembly to there. And then this will tighten on there. Once you get started. Filters are over here now.
And how come?
Well, we tried to fit it, and of course the garbage disposal is in the way. So, anyway. Now we have to start making all of our plumbing connections. Okay, so we need to finish running the cold water line. So it's going to go from this side here. Okay, so this is the out. And I'm just going to make sure this is pressed in all the way. Come in, fold it up with a clip. Okay, feels like it's on there. Now this one is going to go to the inside of the reverse osmosis. So I'm just gonna pop that. Make sure to fully insert here. And then put our clip in. Okay, and we're all set there. Since I already have this looking at me, this black tube is for the drainage. It's going to go into the saddle here. As well, put it in. And then go ahead and install it here. Go up to the filter. This clip off. Make sure that is firmly inserted, and then replace that retention clip. Okay. That one and that one. Alright. And we need to put a retention clip here. Make sure these guys don't fly off. Okay. And then the final pipe connection we need to make, yellow to the tank. It's our final on this side that we need to make. Connection to the tank. Okay. All right, turn this around. And we're going to make our faucet connection, which is here. Same thing, remove the clip, insert here. There it goes. Some of these go kind of hard. There we go. And clip is reinstalled. Okay. We'll get the rest of the tubes in here. We'll probably come back and clean this up at some point. But for now, we're going to hook up the tank. There we go.
Cleaned up the wires.
The tank conveniently hid all the plumbing back behind it. Alright. So, the tank, all it is this one nut. Insert the water line through it. And then come back up into it. Make sure it slides in. It's a little tight. And then it stops. So come back here and tighten this up by hand. Okay, and install is complete. Now we get to check for leaks. So my faucet valve's already on. Been looking for this for any leaks. Everything is good over here. I'm going to open this up, make sure it's closed. I can check for a leak down here, and so on. So here we go. There, that looks okay. Alright. So closing this lets the water flow. As you can hear, it's flowing through all the valves right now. Not through all the valves, it's flowing through all the filters right now.
I don't see anything dripping so far.
No, nothing yet. Everything feels nice and dry. Okay, and sounds like it's hitting pressure.
And you're going to want to flush it so it gets all the particulates and stuff out of the filter line. And do that every, I think, 2 or 3 times once the tank fills up. And then you're good to go. And that is what it looks like. Is that not awesome or what? I only have one hand here, so there is the NU Aqua System. And this is what it looks like under the sink. And then I still have the garbage disposal, the P-trap, the sink drain, and then this is all right here doing its thing. Tons of room still left for all of the other junk that you keep under a sink. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna get 3 cups. This way we can test the filtered fridge water in just a standard JennAir fridge, the tap water, what comes out of the tap, and the water that comes out of my NU Aqua System. So real quick, one of the questions I had was, can you run both the faucets at the same time? So here's your answer. Yes. And the reasoning is the reverse osmosis system has a holding tank. It's almost a 5-gallon, it's just short of 5 gallons, tank down below the sink cabinet. You saw us install it. So it holds water there, so this way you can run it on both faucets. I mean, I don't know what situation I would be in. I guess if I was filling up a water container and somebody wanted to wash their hands, I'm not sure. So anyways, it does work, and the water is delicious. So I'm gonna insert a clip real quick of my oldest daughter taking a sip. She's been wanting to use this since we got like the whole thing starting to get installed. So she's been asking every 5 minutes, can you test the water? Can we test the water? So here's her little clip. All right, you're from home to school dying to try it. So give us the first taste test. Good? Okay, so now the next part is I'm gonna grab those 3 cups and we're gonna test the water. So let me set this phone down, this camera down here, and let me get some of the cups. Okay, so the orange cup, to help me remember it, they're color coded, you know, kids. The green cup will be the fridge. The pink cup will be the NU Aqua System. And the orange cup will be the tap water. So real quick, I'm gonna add the tap water in first. Right. Got the straight old yucky tap water. Next, we're gonna do the reverse osmosis system. And lastly, let's do the fridge. You have to come with me to see that. My fridge dispenser is inside my fridge. So, all right, and here we have it. So let's change your camera angle here. Okay, so let's start with the tap water and then move over. So here's this meter. It came free with the system. You're gonna turn it on. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus here. All right, so let's see what our tap water is. In about 30 seconds or so, it's done. Right now it's showing 314 is the reading of these solids. And yeah, so that is pretty interesting. That's a lot of stuff in your water. So it measures these solids, essentially it measures the solids in the liquid. So that's looking to be about where we're gonna stop at. So we're gonna call it that, 314. Shaking it off. Now this is the fridge water. Better, we're down to 189. There is a filter on the fridge. It's not a fancy one, but it is a filter nonetheless. Give that another like 15 seconds. And then, looks like it's not gonna change anymore. Shake that out. And let's do the NU Aqua System. 28. Not bad. That's a huge difference. Let me put that on the screen right here, the difference in each one. That is a huge difference. So it's definitely filtering. Okay, so quick disclaimer, it took us about 30 minutes when we actually installed the portion underneath the sink. We did have to go to Harbor Freight and purchase a drill bit for the sink. The one we had was just not gonna go through stainless, so I believe that bit cost $17. It was pretty inexpensive. So, and that was just to be able to drill through the stainless. So that was the only other thing we had to purchase. And yeah, so my husband and I are not plumbers at all. We just followed the directions that came with the NU Aqua System, and it was pretty straightforward. So all in all, it was fairly easy, and I highly recommend the process. So I have a discount code for you if you are interested in a Aqua System. I have the 5-filter system. They have ones with more filters and UV lights and all that, and pumps, and depending on what type of water situation you have. We have city water, we have a ton of pressure. The 5-filter system was all we needed. So I will link what I have down below and use my affiliate link if you want to get 5% off your order. So all in all, I'm super happy to have this water filter for my setup downstairs, and then especially with all the water that I drink. So thanks for watching. I am Jess. You are watching Keto Rewind. See you in a couple of days. Bye.